Hello guys, welcome to Solving Solutions, your number one channel where I get solutions to all your solving problems. It's nice having you in class again today. How have you been? On today's tutorial, we are going to look at eigenvectors and eigenvalues, right? Good. Now, we have a 2 by 2 matrix here that says given that A is equal to 4, 3, 2, 5, we should determine the eigenvalues and the corresponding vectors for each of those values, right? Good. Now we have written some fundamental equations and expressions here. The first of which we said ax is equal to what? Lambda x. Now when we take lambda x to the left hand side to meet ax, we have ax minus lambda x equal to 0, right? Good. Now from there we can proceed by introducing a unit matrix or maybe an identity matrix. Now the essence of having this identity matrix will be known as we proceed. Now since this is a 2 by 2 matrix, we are also going to introduce what? A 2 by 2 identity matrix, right? Good. So we have just ones on the diagonal. So if we now introduce this identity matrix and we multiply it by this lambda, we are now going to have the lambda multiplying what? Our identity matrix. So it will now be lambda times 1 will give you lambda, lambda times 0 will give you 0, lambda times 0 will give you 0, and then lambda times 1 will give you 1, right? Good. Now for two more matrices to be multiplied, there is this condition that the row in one must be equal to the column in one, or in the other, right? So if you identify the dimension of this matrix and the dimension of this matrix, you should know if they are what? If they are multipliable. So since we have multiplied the lambda by the identity matrix, we now have what? Lambda I to be this particular matrix, right? So we can rewrite this particular expression, which is what we have here, as ax minus lambda x equal to 0, as a minus lambda into bracket x equal to 0. Now this a minus lambda simply means that we have factorized this expression, right? Good. We have x here, we have x here. So if we try to bring out x, we now have a minus lambda, right? Good, equal to 0. So now introducing this product, which we have as what? Lambda I, into this final expression, we now have what? A minus lambda I equal to a minus lambda I multiplied by x. Remember that here there was no I, but the I here is what? The identity matrix, right? Good. So they are all the same. The reason why we have this identity matrix is for us to be able to what? To subtract these two matrices that we are going to see very soon, right? Good. So we have now rewritten everything we have here down to this point as what? A minus lambda I all multiplied by x equal to 0, right? Good. So now to proceed further, we now have the characteristic determinant, which is what? A minus lambda I. So with this, we can now start the solution to our problem. So when we have a minus lambda I, remember if we just add a minus I, which is what we have here, we might not be able to subtract these two matrices. However, since we have multiplied this our lambda by I, which is what? The identity matrix, we now have what? A matrix, and a matrix can actually subtract what? Another matrix, because their dimensions are the same, right? So if we are to proceed further, we now have A, which is what? The question we have, minus lambda I, which is the product we already have here, right? Good. So 4 minus lambda will give you 4 minus lambda, because we don't know the value of lambda at the moment. 3 minus 0 is 3. Then 2 minus 0 will give you 2. Then 5 minus lambda will still give you what? 5 minus lambda. So we now have what? A new matrix as what? 4 minus lambda as A11, then 3 as what? A12, 2 as A21, and then 5 minus lambda as what? A22, right? Good. So please, if you miss it at any point, you can always pause and then rewind to get it. So to solve, which means to solve this particular matrix, we use the determinant method, right? Good. Where we now equate this our A minus lambda I to 0. So now this particular expression is actually what? The characteristic what? Equation. Remember, we have gotten the characteristic determinant, which we have used to what? To get to this point now. So we are now having an equation, right? Good. And now this equation will be solved using what? The determinant method. So if you remember in your conventional matrix or in matrix generally, the determinant is what? This multiplied by this minus this multiplied by this. So if you have A, B, C, D, please follow the notation. If you have A, B, C, D, so it's AD minus what? BC, right? Good. So that's what we are going to have. So it's the same thing that we have here. So it will now be 4 minus lambda multiplied by 5 minus lambda, which is what you have here, right? Good. Minus 3 times 2, which is what? 3 times 2. So since we have 4 minus lambda multiplying 5 minus lambda, it's like 2 brackets are multiplying, right? So we are going to solve it as we have always been solving, multiplying brackets. So we have 4 times 5, which is 20. Then 4 times minus lambda, which will give you what? Minus 4 lambda. Similarly, we have what? Minus lambda here, which means what we have in this first bracket is going to take turns to multiply what? Everything we have in the second bracket. So we are done with multiplying with 4. We now want to multiply with what? Minus lambda. So we now have minus lambda multiplying what? 5 will give you minus 5 lambda. Then minus lambda multiplying minus lambda will give you what? Lambda squared. Are we together? Then minus 3 times 2, which is 6, all equal to 0. Right? Good. Remember, they are all what? Equated to 0. That's the characteristic equation. So simplifying further, we just take our square as the first element here. Then we now collect like terms. So minus 4 lambda minus 5 lambda will give you what? Minus 9 lambda, right? Good. Then we have 20 minus 6, which is equal to 14. So we now have an equation that says lambda squared minus 9 lambda plus 14 equal to 0. Are we together? It's very, very simple. Now we are going to solve this as a quadratic equation because it is actually what? A quadratic equation. So solving quadratically, we have, now the idea is that we need two numbers that their sum will give us this middle term, and then their product will give us what? This last term, right? Good. So the two numbers we identified were what? Minus 2 and minus 7. So minus 2 minus 7 will give us what? Minus 9. And then minus 2 times minus 7 will give us plus 14, right? Good. So those are the roots. So we are now going to rewrite this our quadratic equation as lambda squared minus 2 lambda minus 7 lambda, which is what? This our middle term, then plus 14, all equal to 0. So if now bracket, maybe pair them, that's bracket them in twos, we have something like this. That's where the bracket comes in. So I haven't done that. We can now factorize, right? So to factorize, we now have lambda coming out here. So lambda multiplying lambda will give you lambda squared minus 2. So this is the first. Then minus 7, that's what? The common factor, right? Good. So if 7 comes out here, it multiplies 7, which will give you what? It multiplies lambda rather, which will give you minus 7 lambda. And then this is minus 2 because minus 7 times minus 2 will give you 14, right? Good. So we are not going to use this plus. For us to return to this plus, we need to use a negative answer, to a negative value rather, to multiply our minus 7. So we now have what? Lambda minus 2 all equal to 0. So since these two are the same, we are going to pick one of them, and then we are also going to have what we have outside in a bracket. So we have what? Lambda minus 7 in one bracket multiplied by what? Lambda minus 2, which is what? Picking one of these two, all equal to 0. This now means that either lambda minus 7 is equal to 0 or lambda minus 2 is equal to 0. You know how we used to solve quadratic equations, right? Good. So it now also further implies that lambda is equal to 7 or 2. So we can say lambda 1 is 2 and then lambda 2 is what? 7. Therefore, the eigenvalues for the equation we are working with, which is 4, 3, 2, 5, are equal to what? 2 and 7. They are equal to what? 2 and 7. You see how simple it is. Now, this is a 2 by 2 matrix. Maybe subsequently, we are going to look at what? A 3 by 3 matrix. Now, since we have gotten the values, let's now get the vectors. Now, to get the vectors, we use each values. Right, good. So by using each values, we are going to start with 2. So when lambda is equal to 2, let us remember that we add something like what? Ax equal to lambda x. right? Good. And then we said what this lambda is equal to the eigenvalues, right? Good. So by proceeding, good, you can also see that we said lambda is equal to 2 and we have gotten the values. So by proceeding, we are going to rewrite our A matrix, which is what 4 3 2 5, all multiplying what x, right? Equal to 2 what multiplying x, right? Good. So A is this, the x are what the x1 and the x2, which are what the vectors we are trying to determine or would get very soon. Then the 2 here is the eigenvalue, and then this is what the x again, right? Good. So by matrix multiplication, which we have said earlier, row in one must be equal to the column in the other, or maybe column in one must be equal to the row in the other, right? Good. So if that be the case, for further vector multiplication, we have what we are going to see at the top, right? Good. So it simply means 4 multiplying x1 and then 3 multiplying x2, right? Good. So that's what you have seen here, 4x1 plus 3x2, right? Good. So that's simple matrix multiplication. This row will multiply this column, this row will multiply this column. That's how it works, right? Good. So this, the element in a11, right? Good, multiplies this, the element in a12 multiplies this. Similarly, you come down here, the element here multiplies x1 again, and then the element here multiplies x2, right? Good. So having done all of the multiplications, we are now going to have what this equation. So let's go over it. 4 times x1 will give you 4x1, then 3 times x2 will give you what 3x2, right? Good. Now similarly, the way we multiplied our identity matrix and what the lambda is the same way we are going to multiply this, right? So 2 times x1 will give you 2x1, and then 2 times x2 will give you what 2x2, right? So that's how it was done. And then for the second row, we have 2 times x1, which is 2x1, then 5 times x2, which is what 2x2, equal to 2. So if we simplify further, we are going to bring in this 2x1 to the left hand side, which means we are going to have 0 on the right hand side, right? So we have 4x1 minus 2x1. This minus 2x1 is this 2x1 that has come to the left hand side. Are we together? Then plus 3x2 equal to 0. Similarly, we have what 2x1 plus 5x2 minus, that is minus 2x2 equal to 0. So if we simplify further, we have 4 minus 2, which is 2x1, plus 3x2, which is this. Then we still have our 2x1 here, then plus 5 minus 2, which is what 5 minus 2, which is what 3x2, all equal to 0. So these two equations are the same, they are all equal to 0. That's why we said either of these equations gives us this expression that 2x1 is equal to minus 3x2, right? Good. Remember, we had something like this here when we said ax is equal to lambda x, right? Good. So when we moved lambda x to the left hand side, we equated it to 0. Similarly, if we move it out again, we are now going to have them equal. So that was what we also adopted there. So if 2x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 0, it means that 2x1 is equal to minus 3x2, because this 2x2 will now come to the right hand side. Are we together? Good. So if we are going to simplify further, our x1 will now be what? Dividing both sides by 2. So our x1 will now be minus 3 over 2x2, right? Good. It's just simple mathematics, just simple mathematics. Everything is very simple. So when we have done that, the vectors for the values 2 are now minus 3 over 2 and 1. Now, how did we arrive at this minus 3 and then minus 3 over 2 and 1? It simply means that for each of the values we have two vectors, right? Good. Now for the value 2, the two vectors are minus 3 over 2 and 1. So when you have x1 here, the coefficient is what? 1, right? Good. When you have x2 here, or as you have x1 here, the coefficient here is 1, and then as you have x2 here, the coefficient here is what? Minus 3 over 2. So the coefficients are interchanged. That's the simple way I can explain that. The coefficients are what? They are interchanged. So it is the interchanging of the coefficients that gives you the values of the vectors, right? Good. So it then means that our x1 will now take the coefficient of x2, and then our x2 will now take the coefficient of x1. So those are now the values of what the vectors for that particular values. Yeah, those are the values of the vectors of that particular eigenvalue, right? Good. So let's try to create that distinction. So we now have what the x1 to be minus 3 over 2, which is what you've seen here, and then x2 to be 1, which is what the coefficient of what x1. Are we together? You can see how simple it sounds. Now let's just finish it up. Similarly, when lambda is equal to 7, which is what the value, the eigenvalue is equal to 7, we have what a multiplied by x equal to 7 what times x. So the multiplication is still as we have known it, this multiplying this multiplying this multiplying this, and this multiplying this, right? Good. So finally, it's only on the right hand side that we have what different values. This is because our value is what 7 now. In the first instance, it was 2, right? Good. So we now have 4x1 plus 3x2 equal to what 7x1, and then we have 2x1 plus 5x2 equal to what 7x2. So we are going to move everything to the left hand side, so that our right hand side will be what equal to 0. That's just for further simplification. So we now have 4x1 minus 7x1, which is this, plus 3x2 all equal to 0. Then we have 2x1 plus 5x2 minus 7x2 all equal to 0, right? Good. So if we simplify further, it means that 4 minus 7 will give you minus 3x1 plus what 3x2 equal to 0. Then we have our 2x1 here. Then 5 minus 7 will give you what? Minus 2x2 all equal to 0. Now we can still simplify these two equations further. By simplifying them further, we mean since the coefficients on the first line and the coefficients on the second line are all equal. By that we mean the coefficients on the first line are what? 3. Let's say 3 and then minus 3, or maybe minus 3 and 3. And on the equation on the second line rather, we have what 2 and minus 2, which means we can divide through by what 3 and divide through by 2. So if we divide through by 3 in the first line, we just have what minus x1 plus x2 equal to 0, because 0 over 3 will definitely give you 0, right? Good. Similarly, if we do that with 2 on the second line, we have what x1 minus x2 all equal to 0. So all of this stuff that we have done here has been further simplified to what minus x1 plus x2 equal to 0, and then we have what x1 minus x2 equal to 0, right? Good. So we are going to finish it up by what getting the vectors forward this value 7, right? Good. So going further, we have what x1 to be equal to x2. The reason being that from this equation, or this set of equation, we have what x1 minus x2 equal to 0. And as we have always been telling you, coming back to this, where we have ax equal to lambda x. When we brought lambda x here, we equated it to 0. So if we are still taking lambda x out, we have what something like this, right? Good. So it now means what we have x1 is equal to x2. Therefore, the vectors for the value 7 are what 1 and 1. Because the coefficient of x2 is 1 and then the coefficient of x1 is 1, right? Good. So we have this. Finally, the vectors and the values, so let's say the values and the vectors of our matrix A are, when the value is 2, we have this vector here, which is minus 3 over 2 and 1. And then when the value is 7, we have this vector here, which is what 1 and 1, right? Good. So thanks for coming to class. We hope we have shown you exhaustively, and then we have explained in details how to calculate eigenvalues and eigenvectors of a 2 by 2 matrix, right? Good. So we are going to see you on the next tutorial. If you have any challenge, if you have questions like this that you would want us to help you fix, you can always contact us via the details you can see on your screen, and then we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So until we see you on the next tutorial, ensure you keep staying safe and have a very good time. Bye.